Let's solve this question. y⁻⁶ plus y⁻⁴ is equal to 1. So before starting solving this question, I'm using this opportunity to applaud to you that help us to subscribe to this channel and share this video if what you are doing is meaningful, and also to join our groups in the Facebooks and others. So let x represent y⁻⁴. So when we scale the value of x, it will be y⁻⁴ or scale, which will give you y⁻⁴ times 2. So 2 here 1, 2 here 3. So to give you y⁻⁴. So meaning that x squared is equal to y⁻⁴. So this is the value of x. So now if x squared is y⁻⁴, meaning that, and we are able to represent the value of x raised to power. So the equation will now give you x plus s squared is equal to 1, because the value is y⁻⁴ is x. This one is x. That one is x. So this is s squared. So that is how the value looks like. So therefore, in that view, this has now forming a quadratic equation. So since I was able to form quadratic equation, we now have s squared plus x is equal to 1, which implies s squared plus x minus 1 is equal to 0. So if s squared plus 1 minus 1 is equal to 0, so it has formed a quadratic equation whereby a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1, and c is equal to minus 1. So therefore, if the value of c is minus 1 and x by quadratic formula, which is minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So now the value of a will now be minus b to be minus 1 plus or minus square root of, what is the value of our b is also 1 square minus 4a. Our value of c is minus 1, which is over 2 onto 1. So let's try to expatiate the value of x. So the value of x will now be minus 1 plus or minus square root of 1 plus 4 divided by 2, which will give us minus 1 plus or minus square root of 5 divided by 2. So the value of x has now have the two values. We either have s is equal to minus 1 plus root 5 over 2, or s is equal to minus 1 minus root 5 over 2. So because this one is negative, you have to reject it. Because it's negative, so it must be rejected. So the value is positive. So therefore, this is the corrected one. So this is s equal to minus 1 plus 5 divided by 2. So now the value of x has now given us that our value of x now is now s is equal to minus 1 plus root 5 divided by 2. So now recall that s squared is equal to y⁻⁴. So let's try to find the value of s squared, since our s is this. So s squared will be minus 1 plus root 5 over 2 all square. So these are now turned to short form. How do you now apply this? We now have minus 1 plus root 5 squared over 2 squared, which will give us minus 1 plus root 5 minus 1 plus root 5 divided by 4. So let's expand one by one. Minus 1 times minus 1 will give you plus 1. Minus 1 times plus root 5 will give you minus root 5. Plus root 5 times minus 1 will give you minus root 5. Plus root 5 times plus root 5 will surely give you plus 5, because it will give you square root of 25. So which is 5. So all divide by 4. So let's now try to add. This is 1 plus 5 give you 6. This will give you minus 2 root 5 over 4. So let's try to reduce the value of s squared. So the value of s squared, 2 is common. We have 3 minus 2 3 minus root 5, because we have been able to reduce it by 2. So this will cancel this, meaning that s squared is 3 minus root 5 divided by 2. So this is the value of s squared. But what we need, the value is y. It is only the value of y that we need. And you all know that s squared is equal to y raised to power 1 over 3. So if s squared is equal to y raised to power 1 over 3, so, and the value of y raised to power 1 over 3 will now give us, and this is the value of s squared, 3 minus root 5 divided by 2. So this is the value of, so now let's try to find the cube of the both side. Find the cube of the both side. Let's find the cube of both sides. So if you have to find the cube of the both sides, it means that y raised to power 3, y raised to power, let me try to undo your code. So y raised to power 1 over 3 all raised to power 3 is equal to 3 minus root 5 divided by 2 all raised to power 3. So this 3 will cancel this 3. So therefore, the value of our y, so the value of y will now be equal to 3 minus root 5 divided by 2 all raised to power 3. So which is 3 minus root 5 all raised to power 3 over 2 raised to power 3. So therefore y is equal to 3 minus root 5 all raised to power 3 divided by 8. Now how can we now expand? So we need to expand. We need now to expand 3 minus root 5 all raised to power 3. So in expanding this, let's try to go back to the Pascal expansion in binomial expansion. So we have in Pascal triangle is 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1. So for the three sides we have 1, 3, 3, 1. So what we need now is the coefficient for this. So let's now use it to expand this. So let's try to expand this. It will now give us, now it will now have, so you start from 3. Record that we are using 1, 3, 3, 1. So in view of this, the first thing you do is 3 raised to power 3 dot minus root 5. Dot means this one will start from 0. So that 1 will multiply this 1. Now plus the coefficient of 3 dots. This 3 will reduce to 2. 3 square dot minus root 5. You know this is 0 to start from 1. Now plus another 3 dot 3 raised to power 1 So because this one are reduced to 1, so dot minus root 5 squared. So now plus, we only have one coefficient, 1 dot 3 raised to power 0 dot minus root 5 all raised to power 3. So this is how we expand in binomial expansion. This is step-by-step explanation of binomial expansion. So this one will give you 27. That's the first thing that will happen. It will surely give you 27. Because this is raised to power 0 by the law of indices, it turns to 0. You turn to 1. So 1 times 1, making 27. So now, this is minus root 5 times, this is 27 minus 27 root 5. Now, this is root 5. This root 5 square, it will give you 5. So 5 times 9, it will give you 45. So plus 45. Now plus, so sorry, minus, because the cube of minus root 5, remember, minus 5 times minus 5 times minus 5. So surely it will give you that minus 5 root 5. So this one will also become 1 times 1. So minus 5 root 5. So therefore, we now have, so let's add it together, 27 plus 45. Now, minus 27 root 5 minus 5 root 5, which will give us 72 minus 32 root 5. So now, let's now go back to our value of value of y. Recall that our y is equal to 3 minus root 5 all raised to power 2 all in cube. So it's meaning that y is equal to 72 minus 32 root 5 divided by 8. So the value of y will now be 72 divided by 8 minus 32 divided by minus 32 root 5 divided by 8. So the value of y now is 9 minus 4 root 5. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel and watch our next video that have an idea of this equation. So on our Facebook. So thanks for watching this video.